Ladies and gentlemen, parents, administrators, and graduates, welcome to the graduation of the class of 2025. Please rise and continue standing for the presentation of the colors by the ORHS NJROTC and remain standing for the moment of silence and in singing the Oak Ridge High School alma mater.
During this year, our class experienced a tragedy as we lost one of our own. Amber, you were loved by so many. You are deeply missed. Please join us in a moment of silence and remain standing for the Oak Ridge alma mater. Thank you.
Please be seated. Good evening, parents, families, teachers, special guests, and friends. Welcome to the 2025 Oak Ridge High School Commencement. Before I get too far into my speech, let me introduce myself. My name is Lily Shelton, and I had the pleasure of serving as the senior class president for this year. Because my mom has been teaching here for 19 years, I grew up in Oak Ridge High School. I remember getting decked out in my sparkly red dress in elementary school to go to prom. I felt so cool getting to dance with the juniors and seniors, and loading up a plate of free cookies and downing lemonade all night was definitely a highlight. I remember running up and down the giant hallways with the lockers looming over me. And that was just last semester. I'm just kidding, that was still elementary school. Even today, when I meet new faculty members and teachers, they say that they remember when I was born, and that is not an exaggeration. I hear I made some appearances in my baby carrier on more than one occasion. Revisiting childhood memories can often make me realize that the reality doesn't always live up to the recollection, but luckily that was not the case with Oak Ridge High School. Even though it is a great place in its own right, what really makes it special are the people. I have learned many lessons from the valuable friendships and teachers I've come to know. So when thinking about what messages to convey to this amazing class, I had trouble narrowing down what I wanted to say. Our lives right now are full of people asking us what we are doing next year, giving us advice on what to do in our post-secondary plans, and hoping we fulfill the dreams they've had for us since we were babies. While it is wonderful to have so many people invested in our successes, it is also exciting to figure out what resonates the most with us. So, here goes. Let's live a life of service and find a way to give back to whatever community we become a part of throughout our lives. Nothing helps puts life's challenges in perspective like helping those who might not have had the educational and social support that Oak Ridge has given us. Let's find something meaningful and be a servant leader. We have strengths, so use them to enrich others' lives. Snuggle the lonely dogs at the animal shelter. Play bingo at the senior center. Mentor younger children who need someone to look up to. Help others, and we may also receive the help we never knew we needed. Let's explore our potential. We are lucky to have both an incredibly strong foundation that this community has given us, while simultaneously having a chance at a fresh start and new adventures. Who we are now is not who we will be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe even a couple months, and that is okay. Whoever we become, the world wants us, with all of our successes and failures, strengths and areas to grow, and victories and disappointments. We are unique, and we are loved. Finally, let's be bold. Mercifully, I've left the college essay experience in the rearview mirror, but one prompt stood out to me, asking me how I would dare to grow. So, I want to ask the same question. How will we dare to grow? How will we step outside of our comfort zones and take calculated risks to achieve great things? We live in a time where anything we can imagine is possible, but many people never grab those opportunities and make them their own. Whether it's fear of failure, lack of support, or anxiety about the unknown, it is easy to maintain the status quo. And you know what? Life will probably be fine. But when we dare to grow and be bold, life will be good. We deserve greatness, so go out and get it. Thank you. Each year, seniors from the graduating class compete to participate as class speakers. Our speakers for tonight's graduation are Peyton Updegraft and Andrew Coffey.
By the time my family had moved to Oak Ridge in 2019, we had moved 8 times. I was starting the 7th grade, and I was at my 6th school. Growing up as a military child, I learned to make friends fast. I learned the easiest way to say goodbye to someone. But the main thing I learned was to keep shallow roots. The deeper the roots, the harder it was to leave. My life was always moving and changing. My shallow roots never had the chance to grow deep, which made depending on adults and peers difficult for me. When I was 11, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. My dad was deployed, and we were stationed in Alaska at the time. I had a teacher that year who had just started teaching, so having a dyslexic 5th grader in her class made teaching long division pretty difficult too. Right, Mr. Froning? Unfortunately, that teacher often singled me out from my peers, told me I would never be capable of keeping up with the other students academically. She even went as far as to making me read to the class on a timer, just to have her laugh at me when it would go off before I was even done reading. All of that being said, I came to the Oak Ridge school system pretty beat up. While I had wonderful teachers too, some of those previous teachers caused some significant damage to my confidence and my self-esteem. However, if I could sum up these last 4 years at Oak Ridge High School, I'd say it was healing. Every teacher in this school, whether they know it or not, helped heal me. From the minute I walked through our halls for the first time, I was welcomed and encouraged. I was taught to explore my passions and my talents through so many different courses. I was constantly empowered by the teachers in our school, from Miss Williams to Froning, Kolodny to Livesey, and so many more. I was embraced, dyslexia and all. And for the first time, I had teachers who invested in me and my education. They made me feel like I could, and so I did. And they did that for all of us. At one point in my life, the thought of ever taking an AP English or math class was unimaginable. Standing in front of all of you, giving a speech, and saying thank you to the school who poured so much into me and my classmates, that felt impossible. I don't know what the future holds for any of us. As we embark on life after Oak Ridge, some of us will start jobs or go to college, others will move away, while some stay right here at home. What I do know is that we have all been given an incredible advantage. Because we've spent 4 years learning from adults who truly care. We have all grown deep roots, and I know that moving this time will be much harder than it was before. So, to quote A.A. Milne, how lucky am I that makes saying goodbye so hard? So thank you to every teacher and person who invested in all of us over these last 4 years. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrew Coffey, and I'm honored to welcome friends, family, and the class of 2025 to this special occasion. While I have this fleeting opportunity, I would greatly appreciate just a moment to reminisce about a man who is very important in my life. In 1965, my grandfather, Masanori Murakami, was driven by passion to immigrate to America from Japan. His passion, fueled by a desire for knowledge and discovery, led him to MIT, where he pursued his doctorate in nuclear energy. And not even 24 hours after his graduation, he threw his wife and newborn son in a trailer and set on a long road trip down south to the humble city of Oak Ridge. It was in this fabled secret city that he secured a job at ORNL, where he worked with his entire being for 40 years. Past grievances, present social issues, it hardly mattered to my grandfather. His dedication and passion for nuclear research helped him find purpose and set up a path to a new life for his children and grandchildren. Today would have marked my grandfather's 85th birthday. Masanori Murakami passed away around a year ago, but his story of dedication and passion resembles the stories of those who have resided in the secret city ever since its creation. Coincidence, fate, or whatever you want to call it, I believe every single one of us graduating today has been connected by this community built on the dedication and passion of those who have come before us. Every day for the past 4 years, we've walked the same hallowed halls as our classmates and those who graduated years or even decades ago. Despite our differences in physical appearance, beliefs, backgrounds, and experiences, Oak Ridge has provided all of us with a cultural melting pot where we can chase our passions freely alongside each other to not only improve ourselves, but also strengthen our interpersonal bond as a community. It took me until after my grandfather's passing to really acknowledge it, but that bond our community has manifested stretches across the city in ways I've previously taken for granted. In January, I ate at the Magic Walk, a small restaurant run by an older couple for as long as ever since my mother went to Oak Ridge High School. In February, I watched my fellow students in our storied drama club, Maskers, dedicate months of their lives to the performance of a happy, sad, and unforgettable show. In March, I heard the cheers of my past teammates and the screams of many shirtless teenage boys with my number painted on their chests at a home soccer match. And in April, I listened to the hollow ring of a lone bell at the Civic Center, symbolizing a new era for our city, dedicated to the preservation of peace and friendship worldwide. As I stand on the stage overlooking the city, the echoing gong of the bell still rings in my head as I recall my grandfather and the countless souls, passions, and stories brought together into this one secret city, creating the community I've grown to love. Sorry, was that too long and cheesy? Are you still listening? If not, that's completely understandable. It's like the third speech in a row. But even if you don't remember my face or name once I leave this podium, I want the graduating class of 2025 to remember one last thing. Just as passion and dedication have led countless lives to Oak Ridge, our ambitions will lead us towards new experiences and new communities all across the world. Occasionally, when life seems to move too fast and stress seems to cloud the future, think back to the places, experiences, and people that have shaped you into who you have become. Embrace your past and walk on towards the future with hope in your heart, knowing countless others have followed a similar path and you'll never walk alone. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and for one more time, I'd like to say thank you, Oak Ridge.
Good evening. Family, friends, and most importantly, my classmates. My task is one that I've done many times before, but this time is different. Special and most importantly, honestly, the most difficult of them all. How do I introduce someone with so many titles? Someone who's your principal, mentor, best friend, and I guess most importantly, your dad. Well, here goes nothing. To some of you all sitting around, he's Dr. Hawkins, principal of Oak Ridge High School. To my parents, to my grandparents, he's their son. To my mom, he's her husband. To my brother DJ, he's dad. To my niece Lauren and my nephew Colson, he's pops. To others, he's Dre, Dr. Dre, or even in Haywood County known as Coach. Or as many of you in these cardinal robes know him as the guy that says take your hood off before even saying hello. And let's not forget his all-time favorite line, wear your badge. If I had $1 for every time that I heard that in the hallway, I could have paid for everyone's college tuition, room, and board. But to me, he's just dad. When times get tough, he's dad. When he gets on my nerves, still dad. Through every moment of my high school journey, whether I liked it or not, he's always been dad. He's the same dad who gave me pep talks in the kitchen that somehow turned on to full-on sermons with 3 points and a closing prayer. So, before he cries more than he already has, probably sitting in that seat, without further ado, let me please welcome our principal, Dr. Drayden Hawkins.
First, I'd like to say, before I get started, thank you to Aiden for that introduction. And so for those of you who say I would cry like he did, and some of you may be betting how long it will last, go ahead and start your timers now. So before I get started, I'd like to recognize a few people. Without these people, we would not be here tonight. First, I would like to acknowledge the dedicated teachers at Oak Ridge High School. I would also like to recognize my entire team of administrators who go above and beyond to support our teachers and students. A special thank you to all of the parents and guardians who entrust us to educate and care for your children. We could not do this without you and your support. I must also thank Dr. Bruce Borchers, Dr. Kelly Williams for their continued support during my tenure as principal. Thank you to Ms. Jen Laurendine for her support as she has transitioned into her new role. And thank you to our school board for your support as well. Finally, I must recognize Mr. Russ Wise, senior class principal, and Ms. Ashley Benowitz, senior class counselor. As you can tell from the cheers, they have worked tirelessly with this group of students to ensure that they could reach this milestone. To the class of 2025, this is a moment that you have been waiting for, graduation. A day that most of you have been planning on since the beginning of this school year, maybe since the beginning of your freshman year. And as Aiden already said, a day that you would not hear me say again, where is your badge? So tonight, you stand on the edge of something new. Some of you are a little nervous. Some are a little excited. Maybe a little bit of both. And all of that is normal. High school graduation marks the close of a chapter that you have known your entire life. As I stand here before you tonight and celebrate the achievements of this class, I can't help but think back to your freshman year, our first year. I came to ORHS much like you probably did, unsure about what I was embarking upon. Over these past 4 years, all of us have grown together, and much has changed for each of us during this time. As a principal, one of my most rewarding parts of my job is watching students grow into themselves, not just academically, but personally. I've seen many of you face challenges that would make most people want to give up. And I want you to hear this clearly. You did not give up. And by not giving up, you are here tonight, about to enter the next chapter of your life. But I also know for some of you, self-doubt has been a constant companion. It's that quiet voice that says, you're not ready, or you'll never be good enough. That voice can be loud, especially when the future feels uncertain. And tonight, I want to say something simple but essential. Do not let self-doubt paralyze you. You are more capable than you know, and every step you've taken to get to this moment, every test you finished, every paper you turned in, and every time you got back up after a setback is proof of that. From this day forward, you have moments where you will wonder if you're on the right path. That's a normal part of life. Whatever you do, don't let those voices that creep into your head paralyze you. Keep moving forward toward the goals that you have set. Henry Ford, who is most often known for his Ford vehicles that still exist today, is quoted as saying, if you think you can or think you can't, either way, you are right. This quote highlights the power of the mindset, and belief in achieving goals. Ultimately, your belief in your ability to succeed will influence your actions and determine your outcome. The next thing that I hope you remember is that comparison steals joy. In a world that constantly pushes us to compare, test scores, social media, colleges, careers, it is easy to feel like someone else is always ahead. You all have grown up in a world that consists of TikTok, Snapchat, and probably some others that I'm too old to worry about. On these social media platforms, people usually show you the part of their life that they want you to see. Be careful not to compare yourselves with others, because all comparison does is distract you from what really matters, which is doing your best, growing at your own pace, and finding your purpose on your own terms. Some of you tonight are headed to universities, some to the workforce, some to the military, trade schools, or even gap years, which I never heard of before a few years ago. All of those are valuable. There is no single right way forward. The only wrong path is the one that isn't true to you. So don't rush your journey along trying to match someone else's timeline. Trust yourself, stay curious, and have the courage to take the next right step, whatever that looks like for you. Remember to run your own race. I think I'll say that one more time. Remember to run your own race. That phrase got me out of my doctorate program. There were many people in my cohort that finished months before I did, but at the end, we all graduated on the same day. As you begin this next step of your journey, know that true education never ends. It is a lifelong journey that is marked by continual growth and the acquisition of new skills and beliefs. The author Alvin Toffler, in his book, Future Shock, is credited with the phrase, the illiterate of the 21st century would not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. This quote emphasizes the need to constantly adapt and update knowledge in a rapidly changing world. If you don't think the world changes often, think about the apps that you use on your phone and how often one of them comes and goes. If you would give me a second, I would like to take a minute to highlight the importance of continuing to learn and grow. Several teachers and administrators have finished another degree this school year. There are others who are working on a degree now. I would like for all of those teachers and administrators, me being one of those, to stand so our students can see the dedication we have to continue to educate ourselves. So if you're currently in school and a teacher or an administrator or you finished this year, would you please stand so our students can see who is doing that? Thank you. All of these individuals have busy lives. They are parents, spouses, coaches, and teachers, but they have sacrificed to continue their education. As I begin to wrap up my advice to you, I want you to always be proud to be from Oak Ridge. Many of you have grown up here and been here all your life and may not realize how special this place really is. Oak Ridge is a small place that has had a huge impact on the world. Here are a couple of facts. Oak Ridge High School was the first school in the Southeast United States to be integrated. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, you can give that a hand. Oak Ridge, Tennessee is a city that was created to assist the federal government in developing materials for the Manhattan Project. Many notable people have called Oak Ridge home at one point. People such as Jennifer Azey, Mike Caldwell, the Oak Ridge Boys, and current Cincinnati Bengal, T. Higgins, just to name a few. As you travel the world, never be ashamed to say you are from Oak Ridge. You will soon discover the lessons you learned at 1450 Oak Ridge Turnpike have prepared you for the real world. To this amazing class of 2025, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. It has been my pleasure to spend the last 4 years with you. You all are the first group of students that I have been able to be with from freshman to senior year, and it has been a great ride. I know that you all are excited about this moment. You have waited for this for a long time, but before you leave this field tonight, I encourage you, stand around for a while, take a few pictures, hug some people, have some conversations, and enjoy this moment. You may not realize it, but this will be the last time this group of people would ever be together. As I take my seat, and you see I haven't cried yet, I want to leave you with something I have told each graduating class that I've had the pleasure of speaking to. It is from the old cartoon, Winnie the Pooh. This saying is on my shelf in my office and has been for several years now, and it serves as a reminder for me. Christopher Robin told Pooh, "Promise me you will always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Carry those words with you throughout life. They are true. But most of all, please remember that I love you all." Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight I'm pleased to present the class of 2025. It's my pleasure to certify that the students who are receiving diplomas tonight have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Tennessee State Board of Education and the Oak Ridge Schools Board of Education. Therefore, I present to you the class of 2025. It's my privilege to introduce the Chairman of the Board of Education, Mrs. Laura McLean, along with Vice Chair, Mrs. Erin Webb, and fellow members of the board, Dr. Heather Hartman, Mrs. Mary Crank, Mrs. Ashley Craven, who will be presenting the diplomas to the graduating class of 2025. Congratulations.
Tyler Anthony Nivis. Daniel Thomas Scott. Ethan Gregory Strickland. Maya Lily Adams. Madison Renee Ames. Kanasia Danielle Anderson. LaDalion Amarje Anderson. Lucas Gage Anthony. Zoe Skylar Applegate. Berkeley Ann Marie Arms. Ethan Garrett Arrington. Jordan Deshaun Asbury. Mia Lynn Atherton. Angel Emmanuel Ayala. Danielle Grace Ayala Cobian. Jacqueline Ayala. Luis Basilio. Alex David Baker. Mark Volodymyrovich Balashov. Anya Noel Ballard. Patrick Clark Banks. Emery Ava Barna. Kaya Simone Barnes. Briley Jaden Bass. Jaden Isabel Mize Bauer. Ash Louise Beach. Cooper Billingsley Bell. Phoenix Neva Bennett. Zen Elizabeth Bennett. Emercy Simone Benson. Jackson Hayes Bentz. Alexander Dean Beverwick. Jermaine Desmond Blair II. Weston Thomas Blake. Sydney Brooke Blanchard. Brandon Cole Bonamart. Malachi Lawrence Bonner. Ella Rose Bradford. Brenna Joe Bradshaw. Zoe Elizabeth Brady. Carly Elizabeth Brown. Caden Francis Brown. Sierra Elizabeth Brown. Zoe Elizabeth Brown. Riza Joy Pasqua Bulatao. Austin Cadence Bird. Addison Faith Calder. Connor Jalen Caldwell. Connor Marshall Callison. Aiden Christopher Cantu. Elena Castillo. Emma Fallon Chesson. Jasmine Sierra Chitwood. Heidi Elizabeth Schote. Andrew Jacob Cho. Kimberly Cisneros Lopez. Kendall Ray Clabo. Joseph Aiden Clements. Audrey Lynn Clendenin. Lindsay Elena Cleveland. Kirsten Renee Collins. Quinn Juliet Connolly. Brooklyn Paige Copeland. Jonathan Adam Coronel. Arlo Cole Craven. Toby Morris Croft. Hunter Evan Davidson. Jaden Lamar Davis. Comal Elaine DeFelice. Mariana de la Cerda Ayala. Eurydice Blanche Clotilde Delmo. Skylar Marie Denning. Emily Ann Edwards. Jalen Marie Sky Edwards. William Donald Edwards IV.
Leonhard Sebastian Ehlers. Caden Vaughn Ike. Ellen Ann Idemiller. Jade Catherine Estramera. Ethan Connor Eubanks. Shelby Renee Farah. Isabella Elizabeth Rose Fee. Richard Thomas Ferreira. Dominic Ethan Fields. Aaron Setzler Fiskor. Elizabeth Page Flinner.
Edin Moises Flores.
Landon Michael Parker Francis. Charles Franson V. Elijah Michael Fries. Dallas Jackson Frent. Alexander Ethan Fritz. Rain Page Fritz. Ann Danae Fuller. Brady Reese Fuson. Garrett Thomas Giles. Joseph Emmanuel Glick. James Cooper Getzinger. Life Tristan Goins. Emma Grace Goldsmith. Austin Harris Gore. Javon Wayne Goskowitz. Shamar Mackay Maxwell Green. Caden Brent Greenhalgh. William Ford Griffith. Lauren Hope Gross. Lana Michelle Hayes. Hunter Cole Hansen. Atticus Solomon Harris. Brian Lee Harrison. Roel Adriana Harvey. Logan Michael Hatch. Aiden Mann Hawkins. Peyton Nicole Heinz. Taylor Lynn Hendrickson.
Silvia Elizabeth Hernández Sandoval.
Hunter Reed Herrick. Eli Sebastian Hersha. Trenton J. Hibben. Natalie Blair Hickey. Trinity Skyla Hickey Hatfield. Kaylee Brooke Hickman. Sage Daisy Hillman. Zaylee Rain Holbrook. Stanton Aaron Honus. Ezekiel Eugene Hopper. Colton Anthony Hobson. Rowena Charlotte Hausman. Bryson Raymond Howard. Asia Joyce Shue. Riley Elizabeth Hughes. Julie Ann Hussey.
Zachary Isaac Ibanez. Autumn Cassandra Ely. Angie Melissa Jacobo. Aiden Cole James. Trenton Anthony Javens. Landon Nguyen Yaley. Catherine Lee Jenkins. Rihanna Grace Joffrion. Jenna Page Johnson. William Lee Johnson. Everett Obadiah Jones. Marissa Lynn Speck Kenworthy. Daisy Emma Kircher. Jolie Willett King. John Preston Kittle. Odelia Danny Hiram Kanizer. Gavin Michael Kentop. Ace Elizabeth Ray Kraling. Esther Marie Krogel. Mackenzie Ray Kitchen Master. Sorry, Skylar Anthony Ladner. Got it. Michael Garrett Leduc. Ollie Legavid. Owen Legabin. Henry Bernard Landau. Kylie Grace Langdale. Liam Joseph LaRose. Kaylin Grace Lawson. Hudson Isaac Lee. Lyra Francis Lee. Jency Noelia Lemus Miranda. Annika Marie Leparati. Michael Lee. Addison Lee Lint. Isabella U.C. Liu. Madeline Renee Luby. Paul Allen Luke. Tessa Lynn Luke. Jackson Taylor Mahan. Caitlin Elise Manley. Taylor Merriweather Markham. Joanne Mark. Ben Robert Martin. Kanan True Martin. Zoe Lane Martin.
Hey, I forgot my card, but my name is...
Okay, you can tell me about the second. Christopher Julius Matthews.
It's Leo James Mock Olson. Yes, ma'am.
Leo James Mock Olson. Zoe Catherine May. Samantha Reese Mayton. Shadowlane Marie McBroom.
Cheyenne Lorraine McBroom. Christopher Torrin McCullough. Brandon Lynn McNair. Donica Kiana McNair. Cameron Shaw McCullough. Braden Luke McNaughton.
Jose Cristian Medina Radillo.
Cyril Eugene Meredith IV.
Charles Harijo Matheny.
Sophie Grace Metz. Joel Matthew Miller. Maya Olivia Miller. Xavier Michael Miller. Jonathan Michael Millett. Alasia Nevaeh Milliken. Sienna Marielle Miradipini. Jacob Lawrence Moore. Giada Rumors Moore. Lillian Grace Moore. Tiana Janine Moore.
Brian Jesus Morales.
Elijah James Moran. Lily Joy Moran. Carson Reed Morgan. Keegan Wayne Morris. Summer Matzenbacher.
Reagan Michonne Myers.
Miss Gillen, you might have to say my name. Is that good? No? Okay, I'm good. Go ahead. I want to make sure.
Maya Miriam Nassar. Timothy Allen Nation. Carson Garrett Nivens. Cameron Page Nivens. Elliot Jean Norris. Jacob Roland Nutaro. Leon Oaks.
Francisco Valentin Otesa. Amaya Shanice Parks.
Ansh Chintan Patel. Sonia Marguerite McMahon Peoples. Jada Lene Pendergrass. James A. Pennington. Andrea Lynn Perdue.
Alice Perez.
Mason Wyman Perks. Morgan Ray Perry. Nathaniel Thaddeus Peters. Christopher Thomas Pettigrew. Alexis Marie Phillips. Summer Rose Phillips. Alexander Wyatt Pickle. Marissa Noel Peel. Jaden Elise Pierce. Taylor Renee Pinkston. Sarah Elizabeth Pollock. Ayana Deshay Porter. Lucy LaRue Power. Austin Elijah Price. Landon Cade Price. Alyssa Christine Prince. Andrew Justin Prophet. Isabella Jordan Quilty.
Fabiana Andreina Ramírez España. Caden Marcus Lane Ratliff. Alexander Jeffrey Rawson.
Connor Jacob Rehill.
Alora Elizabeth Raymond. Ben Daniel Replogle. Nevaeh Donalyn Reynolds. Theodora Melody Roadhouse. Elliot Wesley Ryden. Ethan James Ricola. JJ Allen Roberts. Dylan Scott Robertson. Jessica Jolie Roman. Aline Selene Rosendo Villanueva. Audrey Ann Rouse. Silas Arthur Rowden. Connor Joshua Ruffmiller. Benjamin Thomas Rupp. Giada Marie Sachetano. Denasia Marie Sampson. Chloe R. May Sapp. Aaliyah Jaslyn Saxton Barnes. Jocelyn Scacco. Brooklyn Chase Shady. Emily Marianne Segerberg. Elijah Thomas Sellers. Elizabeth Diane Sellers. Lillian Mae Schaefer. Carter Rose Sharp. Greta Marie Schell. William Jung Shin. Janiyah Unique Shepherd Booker. Mira Prithi Sheth. Sydney Marie Schultz.
Gavin Lee Signs.
Xavier Gage Sims. Zamaya Zamorie Slater. Devin Tyler Slattery. Kevin Soria Hernandez. Addison Elizabeth Steele. Isabel Riley Steele. Cy William Stevens. Zayana Quinasia Stewart. Jaquan Elijah Stone. Aubrey Elin Stott.
Colin Blaze Suddeth. Nolan Andrew Tate. Tegan K. Tate. Destiny Renee Teague. Triana Hannah Tom. Adam Zechariah Thomas. Courtney Grace Thomas. Audrey Catlin Thompson. Tavaria Nasir Threet. Lillian Rose Tice. Acacia Jean Tift. River Trace Tilley. Jonas Alban Tilson. Robert William Tozer. Maxwell Alexander Trabaka. Jonathan David Tracy. Tyson Lier Triplett Jr. Noah Justin Trotter. Colton Aaron Troy. Abigail Rose Vanover.
Ángel Villegas. Nazaret Villegas. Diego Carlos Wallace.
Vanel Isis Wanji. Samuel Christian Ward. Raekwon Lamar Watson. Heidi Elaine Wayland. Sanyan Wei. Troy Alexander Welch. Elijah Brody Wells. Edie Kaylin Weston. Monica Ashley Grace White. Torin Alana Waddell. Cooper James Neal Williams. Malachi Arthur Williams. Sanaya Mary Elizabeth Williams. Peyton Crawford Witter. Samantha Elizabeth Wolf. Liliana Marie Woods. Samaya Gabrielle Wooten. Anaya Grace Workapick. Christopher James Wright. Jaquez Devontae Wright. Jacelyn Presley Wright. Patrick Ryan Worm. Isaac Matthias Ziegler. Hannah Elena Zetens. Lily Ann Shelton. Peyton Ray Updegraft.
I just hope he sees what we're doing, because we didn't talk about it.
Andrew Takanori Coffee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony. So at this time, we have two more orders of business. Mr. Wise and Ms. Benowitz, if you will come and we'll handle this business. First of all, before we leave tonight, I have to take a picture with every single one of you before you leave the field. That just means a selfie. Smile now. All right, that's business number one. Second order of business, which all of you are ready for. Before we do this, I want to say one thing, and he wouldn't want me to say this. So I'm going to let the cat out the bag on something. So this is, Mr. Wise is retiring. And so he's going to move on to his next part of his life. He didn't want you all to know that before graduation because in typical Mr. Wise fashion, he didn't want to be a distraction. But I felt I would be wrong if I didn't let you all know. So I'd just like to publicly say, thank you, Mr. Wise, for all that you have done for these students. Thank you to Ms. Benowitz for all that she has done for each and every one of you. So at this time, if you'll stand, Mr. Wise will take care of the rest. Don't do anything until Mr. Wise tells you to. It's one last thing.
All right, you all came in. Students, now you are alumni. Let's move those tassels. Congratulations.